thing I'm learning over time as each year progresses is I'm slipping with my old age. All apologies to my good buddy Mick Berry, who I promised ages ago I'd take a look at this game and review it for the channel. But I'm coming through for you, Mick, have no fear. Today we're going to take a look at Psycho Pinball, released for the Mega Drive in '94. The game immediately reminds me of Pinball Dreams, as so many pinball games for PC at the time ripped off Pinball Dreams. This was more or less the same thing, just in my opinion, like perfected. Honestly, right off the bat, before we get into any of this review, I will say flat out, this is the most fluent pinball game experience you can find on the Mega Drive / Sega Genesis. Developed by Codemasters, the game only saw release in the UK and also appeared on DOS. Now, considering I've never picked this game up before, and I love other pinball games on the Sega, like Dragon's Revenge, Virtual Pinball, and Sonic Spinball, man, the little time I did spend with this game, that should tell you that statement I said earlier speaks volumes. This is truly the closest experience you can get to actual pinball, in my opinion, on a Sega system. Now, what you get when you play the actual game as far as stages and whatnot is pretty standard fare, but there's those little extras that just put this game over the edge for me. You get 4 themed tables, a Wild West table, which in Mick's opinion was the best table, and I gotta agree, it's super fun and I just have a thing for the Wild West theme in general. Now, I don't know if it was just me while playing the Abyss level, but it really felt like on the lower half of the table, the developers made it feel like the physics were that the ball was underwater. Now, for me personally, it felt slower, and the whole concept of this is just asinine, and it should never be tackled again. The Trick or Treat level is probably my second favorite part of the game. I mean, just look at it. It's Trick or Treat themed. You can't go wrong. It has a lot more ramps, but it's a lot more enclosed. It's still really good. Where this game truly shines, in my opinion, are the minigame offerings it brings you. It has so many variations, from an actual platforming sequence on a runaway train in the Wild West level, moon squares in Psycho where you must travel from a rocket to another using disappearing platforms and whatnot. You're in a whale's belly in the Abyss, for God's sakes. It's all over the place. It's pulled off excellent. The controls are tight and responsive as ever. Push C for the right bumper and left on the D-pad for the left bumper, and push down on the D-pad to shoot your ball. Really no complaints at all. I mean, I may have gone a little too far when describing a pinball game, but there's so much more here than just pinball, like I said, with the hybrid platforming sections, mini games and whatnot. There's something for everybody. Pinball enthusiasts will flock to this game once they discover it. The fact that this game was never released anywhere but in Europe just blows my mind. It's like, I get when that happens, when something's like a popular IP across the seas and not here. I get that, but this is pinball. It's universally loved. I mean, they totally dropped the ball on that. You can import this game. Go ahead, check it out. Definitely worth adding to your collection. Thank you again, Mick Berry, for the suggestion. I'm really glad I discovered, in my opinion, a Sega gem. Check it out next time. Hibiki Quickie. We're going to take a look at another Sega system, the Sega Dreamcast. Hey guys, Travis here from Hibiki TMD, reminding you as always to follow me on Twitter at the Hibiki TMD. Check out the Reset Button podcast with myself and Tannen, Hibiki Quickie, Hibiki History, retrospectives, everything in between, retro gaming, and pro wrestling, not to mention my other podcast with the man himself, Michael.
Hey, you dirty fucking pigs. This is Mike from the Slam Pigs Podcast, reminding you to check us out on Twitter at the Slam Pigs Podcast, or check me out on Twitter at Mike the Slam Pig. Or Travis, where can they find that other show?
They can find everything in between right here on Hibiki TMD. I don't really think they're dirty fucking pigs.